There's a whole world of AI that you will never know about unless you're able to add it to your PC or use one of the tools that I'm going to show you today. Hello, I'm with Lori Ryan. I'm Dan Wegner. Here we are at the Daily AI Experiment, and what I'm going to show you today is kind of neat. It's a little bit of what's behind the scenes, but it's not so behind the scenes that you can't do it. So Lori, there are all these kind of tools. Maybe you've heard of like Hugging Face.
I have.
That. Well, there's many of those out there, and there are kind of different levels of sophistication required. And we're going to dive into one that's really nice and glossy, and maybe it'd be a trend. I have a few of these I want to show, but the one I'm going to show you today is really cool. It's called, it's even got a cool name. It's called Pinocchio. Have you heard of Pinocchio?
Pinocchio, I have not heard of. And so what are these types of tools used for someone who may not be familiar with them?
Yeah, so a lot of what's happening in the AI world is really set up so people can jump in with their PC, set it up, run it on Python, the kind of stuff that I sometimes do. But there's that's a big jump from how OpenAI's ChatGPT works, or many of these other GPTs, or how Sora is, or even some of the tools that are a little tougher to get into. Some of the image processing tools require you to get on a Discord server or something like this, and it can be very complicated for the average person. It's like, I want to use it, but I don't know all the steps. So what I'm going to show you today will make that super easy, that anyone can really just click a mouse, but it does require one step, and that step is to install the software on your computer. Now, this, and I know people are hesitant about this, but Pinocchio's been around a long time. It's got a great reputation, but I've never put it on my computer yet, but I'm going to do it today right in front of y'all. And so if it gobbles up my computer and takes it over and this video just ends in a screeching halt, you'll know why. It's not going to happen, though. So again, very, very popular tool. Go ahead.
And
Lord.
Does it work with Macs and PCs?
That's a great question.
Let's see what it says when you go to download.
So we got Windows. We got Mac.
There it is.
We got Linux. All right.
There we go. Yeah.
What I'm going to do here, so I have a Silicon Mac, and I'm going to click that, and it's going to go through the process here. So we're just going to watch. I think I shared my whole screen. Yep.
Yeah,
So
I
we
see
should
the
be
whole
able
thing.
See everything. I see right here that came up. I'm just clicking on it. It's behind the logo a little bit, and that brings up this Pinocchio zip, and it should have been a zip, right? And then that's going to open, and then we should have a DMG out of that, I'm guessing.
What's a DMG?
Yeah, DMG is, oh, great. Oh, here it is. A DMG is an install file on the Mac, just so you know. So I don't know what Sentinel is, but we're going to double click the DMG.
Okay.
And of course, it's got the standard instructions to drag it. So we're going to drag that and drop it in our applications. All right. So, yeah. So it looks like we're all good. I should be able to just open this up and
how big is it? Did it tell you how big it is and how much it?
It probably did. Did I notice? No. But we can maybe it says right here. Hold on. Download important. It looks like it's 125 megs roughly.
Okay.
Well, that's expanded, uncompressed. So anyhow, so it's trying to open here. It says it's damaged and can't be opened. Oh, dang it. It says, so move it to the drive. See, isn't this exciting doing this live?
This is real, right? This is what happens when all of us are doing things on our computer. It is never, there's always something you run into, right? So I think whenever you're planning to do anything like we always do, we're prepared for this because this is how it goes.
So I was supposed to move that into the trash. I would need to go to my applications folder to do it, unless I did it already. I'm a little confused where I left off because I was trying to keep the conversation going.
My bad. I ask questions too.
Oh, you and your questions. Anyhow, it's part of the job. It's part of the job. Okay, I guess I did throw it away because it's not there. So let's run. I zipped it twice. Maybe that was the problem. So again, we get this little drag this over to the applications, and I'm going to do that. What? Oh, hold on a second. I didn't read the instructions very well. Oh, I have to launch Sentinel. Oh, silly me. That's why it didn't work. Okay. See,
what's the difference between Sentinel and Pinocchio? So you're talking to someone who doesn't download a lot. So, and it looked like they came packaged together like a bundle.
Yep. So you see here it says remove from quarantine. So yeah. Sentinel is some sort of protection device, and we're going for it. And so now I'm going to drag the app and remove from the quarantine, because I think that's what it told me to do. Hold on, I got to look at the little video again. So we did that part. Now we're opening this. And now I got to drag it from within the applications folder into the quarantine, I guess. Unless that worked. Should we try it? Oh, here it is. So let's go here. Let's open up the app folder again. Isn't this hilarious? Applications.
Yeah.
Pinocchio with a P. We're going to drag that over there. We're going to get that there. And I'm supposed to drag this, remove app from quarantine. The app has been removed from quarantine. Let's run it. It's working. All right. I think this is it, right? Pinocchio, yeah. So version this. It's in my thing, light. I'm just going to hit save. Stand by. Do not close this window. So everyone's wondering right about now, is it going to be worth it? What is all this about? Anyhow, we're going to find out right now when I click the Visit Discover page. All right, so these are all the little apps that you can run right from your PC, and it packages them up and installs them from your PC. You don't have to go sign up at some website to use them or whatever. They're right here. So the question is,
talk to me more about that. As a non-developer, what is the benefit, right, of just having these different packages here installed on your PC versus the web browser signing up, or what?
Yeah, so let me see if I can explain it well. So there's basically two ways to access an app, right? Well, there's probably multiple ways, but one is, in fact, I'm going to show another one maybe next time. One is to run it from your PC, and think of Microsoft Word versus Google's writing tool. I don't know what it's called. Google Docs. Mm-hmm. You can go onto Google Docs, open up a file to edit, and when you close it, but you had to go out on the internet and use Google Docs to do that. Microsoft Word, at least in the old days, and that you can do it both ways now, but Microsoft Word would sit on your PC and you'd use it on your PC. You didn't have to log in or anything. Maybe Microsoft makes you log in now. I'm not sure. But so the difference is you're doing it within your own environment or you're doing it on somebody else's environment. And that's really all the difference. When we're using this, we're actually doing it on our PC, from our PC, and it's going to install, it's going to run this on our computer in a nice, hopefully compact way that I can just trash when I'm done using it. So There is a possibility that some of these things, if you have an old PC or something, it might not run on your PC because it requires more horsepower than your PC actually has, whether that's a Mac or Windows or Linux. And then in that situation, I think what I'm going to do next time I present, I'm going to show you another option for you to do something very similar, but not on your PC. So anyhow, that's the goal here. So I have no idea what I'm going to run here. So here's an NVIDIA, so I don't have NVIDIA live portrait, brings portraits to life. So a lot of these are video tools. We did do Lovable a couple weeks ago, and Bolt is a very similar tool. So we're going to go ahead and run this. Before I run it, what I'm going to do, okay, it's a verified script publisher. That's good. So we want to use some prudence here because there's community stuff and then there's verified stuff. And so here it's saying that I have to install. So it's literally going to install all these applications right on my PC. And you'll see it doing. Now this might take quite a long time. This was probably one of the larger ones, larger tools. And let's see, how's it going? It's going pretty fast. We're already at Conda. Conda's it's virtual environments, and that's a nice thing. So it's going to create a virtual environment to run the application. And maybe you can't read that, but the application then will be encapsulated in its own environment. It won't be really touching the operating system. It's not like it's installing this just really willy-nilly on my computer. It's actually installing it in a little bucket, and I can just turn off. If I turn off Conda or I throw away Conda, it just vanishes into thin air. So very nice in that way. So it's installing some base environments. So you get a sense here that there's a lot going on. It's doing it on my PC. There's going to be a little slowdown because we're actually using the internet, but it's very interesting. So look at this.
There it is. I think that was 74 seconds exactly, by the way.
Is that what you bet? That it was? Oh, let's see. I don't know what I'm doing here. So look over here. We've got a little process. We got a little interface here.
Nice.
This is crazy. And maybe all that was really part of the Pinocchio scenario. Okay. I don't really know. So let's go ahead and start. Okay, data fetching, single fetch, blah, 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 local host. So it's running on my computer here. Let's. Are you trying? Oh, it's saying it started, but it's still spinning. I don't know if I'm supposed to go to this URL, which I might do in a second. 3, 2,
tough decisions you got to make.
1. Here we go. Let's see what happens. That was the right answer. So you'll see localhost. That means it's running right here on my PC. Now, I don't know if I have unlimited ability, but it looks like it. It's called Bolt.DIY. Let's program. See, I was never a gamer, so I don't know the name. But do you know what's the game where you have the little cannon and you shoot through the blocks or whatever?
You are asking the wrong one.
Okay.
I know Oregon Trail and Pac-Man.
Pac-Man sounds a little hard. Should we try it though? It might take too long. We've already taken a long time. Let's program Pong.
Okay, Pong.
Okay. Import chat, import folder, build a Pong game. And I'm not even sure why there's like no button to go.
Like, where do you go next?
Import folder, clone a repo, build a single blog, create a cookie, make a Space Invaders game. Do that one. Do I have to pick one of these things?
So clearly the interface is confusing.
Exactly. Well, I'm a little worried that it didn't install right, because the reality is I should have had a button.
I see what you're saying, like to share the chat, like where you would send. And it's like, where's the send functionality?
Exactly.
It's interesting, though, you can import a chat, like maybe a chat of where you discussed what you want this app to be, or is that what that means?
Yeah. Maybe an old chat. Maybe you did something on. Oh, I'm dead. Am I dead?
Did you kill your computer?
I think this is taking, as you notice, I didn't notice this, but it's still spinning up here. Can you hear me okay?
Oh, I can hear you. I mean, you seem fine, and the conversation and the stream seems fine.
Oh, look at this. Did you see
it? It's connected to Claude. Interesting. Okay.
So let's do a Space Invaders game.
Okay.
There was an error. Let's see what happens, though. Oh, not set. Will still work if it's in the. Oh, dang it. Any of these free? Olama? Oh, I gotta download it. I could do OpenAI. Dang. Try to do this without devolving all or showing all my keys. Let's see. Oh, I got a key right here. This will work great. Okay. How do I'm going to just, I'm going to move this over off screen so I don't have to edit too much.
Or we could pause it.
OpenAI key. All right. All right. So that's why it didn't work. Obviously, I can't just, I'm going to just copy this. So. There we go.
Ta-da, that's that button we were looking for.
So we're off and running. There doesn't seem to be any, so it's using my OpenAI API key. So I'm getting charged a little bit, and we're talking, pennies at best. And so it's just going to run, and hopefully when it's done, we'll be able to see it work. This was I had no idea I didn't know I was going to make a Space Invaders game at the end. But this is really cool because anybody can do all this stuff. I haven't done anything difficult except maybe copy and paste my OpenAI. Oh, look at this. And how do I fire? Left and right arrow, left and right keys. Oh, great. Well, that doesn't work. Space bar. Use the left and right arrow keys to move the space, and the space bar to shoot bullets. Okay, so that's not working. I'm not sure why. Okay, so now what do I can tell it. It's not, the controls don't work. Let's fix the controls.
Yeah, thank you.
So now it's going to use key down and key up events to track player movement. I don't even know what that means. So it's going to fix this. Okay, arrow keys. Run it. Okay. Where do I run?
I'm looking in the upper right-hand corner to see if there was anything up there that was run.
Well, of course, I can ask it. How do I run it?
And then I see up at the top, it says code in purple and next to it is preview. When you click preview, is that where you actually see what the game looks like? Okay.
Thank you. Still not working. Ensure dependencies. Let's see. This update should fix the controls by holding down the arrow keys. I'm holding down the arrow keys. Well, that's very interesting. By the way, it looks like it's sitting out here in the internet somewhere. So, but we know that works. You should be running. You can use the arrow key. Let's refresh.
Yeah, refresh.
Refresh, and I'm going to try it on. Oh, that's definitely. Maybe I need to be in here. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, success. I want to see what. Oh, yeah, it's work. Up. Oh, you're shooting them. Are they supposed to disappear?
Yeah, I think so.
So I have a question for you.
Sure.
So the whole API key thing, right? Like for me, that's a new thing to look into. And I'm curious just to learn more about how to do API keys, for instance, with OpenAI's ChatGPT, because I'm interested now in looking at ways to do some Zapier stuff. And the first thing it needed me to do was API keys. So I know we didn't get too far in this one, and maybe that's a follow-up.
Definitely. Now, I'll just show you this because they don't display the API keys here.
Right. Yeah.
So it's really platform.openai.com/API-keys.
Okay.
And you can create your keys by clicking this box.
Okay.
Give it a name.
Yeah.
You can give it, set up projects if you want.
Okay.
You can have it restricted or read only, and then you create the key. It'll give you the key and you just copy and paste it. Now I'm using the key that I use for this in another project. So that's sitting over and you want to keep these secret. If somebody sees your key, all of a sudden they have free reign to really use your account to build their own stuff or to do things. And then bye, hundreds of dollars, maybe if they share it on the internet, or something. But, so that's, and obviously there's limits, I have budgets and things like that are hopefully set up. So, so that's how you do it. It's really quite simple. You just have to go to that URL and then create a key, and it'll walk you through. Just fill out the form. Very simple.
You.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad I could help.
Do you do restricted or read only? How do you set the permissions?
I always do the whole deal.
Okay.
So that gives you the ability to read, to write, to create things, whatever you need to do. So what's going on with Pinocchio here? That's Bolt. Where's my Bolt app? I don't even know. What do I do with it? Oh, it's a web page. I remember that.
Was it in Bing? Or no, there it is. It's probably right. Yep. And right to the left. Yep.
There it is. And then preview again. The thing I didn't remember is I had to click the box. Oh, look at that!
You did it. You built a game in 30 minutes, and it took like 2 minutes to make the game itself.
Very nice. Very nice. So I wonder what happens if I actually get them all. Is anyone curious? I got it.
No prize? Let's see.
Well, this is going to be easy. I just don't have to. If I don't move, I'll be great. And boom.
Winner, chicken dinner.
So then you'd say, make sure it progresses and comes closer and goes faster and You just verbally tell those prompts and it should work. Anyhow, I've never built a game, so I'm kind of excited. And the 12-year-old in me is just going, yeah. Anyhow.
There's a word game I play like this that I found. And here's what I noticed. I need to give feedback because I tried doing some naughty words and it accepted them. So they probably should do testing that game to make sure some of the words that I got ding ding probably should have been.
Yeah. So I happen to know some of the tools that we saw in Pinocchio can do really cool things. I don't know if you use Meta's tool, the Imagine tool in Meta, which does some cool things. So basically, you'll use your phone to scan your face, and maybe you could do it in an example, but and then you can add any prompt to it. Make me a Roman soldier, or the captain of a ship on stormy seas, and they'll put your face in there and give you a really buff body if you want. Or
perfect, just what I've been looking for.
Yeah, right. I want to ask. So anyhow, well, thanks everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks, Lori. I hope that was educational. Hopefully the goal here is to open up new horizons in the AI space. This stuff's coming so fast and furious. And this is just another way to stay a little ahead of the curve and not just be the person who saw the big announcement that Microsoft did or something or any of these companies, because a lot of these companies are actually being acquired by larger companies. They clean them up, they put them back out there. This way, what's coming down the pipeline, just like everybody else. You're not waiting for a big company or a big launch. A lot of the stuff is done by, oops, I'm frozen.
Am I frozen?
Oh, anyhow. Wow, look at the fur on the side of my face. Anyhow,
I see it.
These, oh gosh, I gotta shut down. I'm shutting down everything Pinocchio. I'm shutting down Pinocchio. Oh, there we go. We're back. I think it was actually the Bolt that made it so intensive, but
it was cool for me to see behind the scenes and thinking through like when you want to have it locally versus online, because I obviously don't have local stuff, maybe except for Snagit. So that was cool. So thank you.
Yeah.
And the API key thing, I am gonna go.
You're ready to go.
That up. Heck yeah.
That's so cool. Now that's separate than ChatGPT, just so you know. So you'll have to set up an OpenAI
account.
API account. Yeah. And again, you can do stuff all day. It'll cost you like 10 cents or whatever. So it's not expensive. And now hopefully other people can feel comfortable exploring a little bit. That tool makes it really easy. Of course, there's Hugging Face, and you can just do a Google search for that and you see a lot of stuff. But this brings it right home. You don't have to worry about stuff getting stolen from your computer and stuff like that. So anyhow, that's I think that's a great solution, a great place to leave off. I hope you have a great day, Lori, and I hope everyone is smart enough to like and subscribe and comment. We'll respond to your comments, right, Lori? We're watching out for those comments, and if you subscribe, then you'll know whether we skip a day. Anyhow, that we do sometimes, because we actually have really kind of full lives that actually don't revolve around this, and that's another thing to talk about. We're here providing the information that we learn day to day as we explore and try to make useful for our customers and our clients and the people who come to us and pay for us. But we're more than happy to provide all that sort of information on a regular basis to you free of charge. We just ask in return that you just show us a little love and subscribe. So, hey, have a good day, everybody. Have a great day, Lori.
Take care.